And when we say you, we mean all of you, including the little ones. We're all about ensuring you feel better and healthier, so you enjoy every moment with the ones closest to you. A smile on your face is what we're about. That's why you'll always be welcome back to Good Life pharmacies across Kenya with the same smile on every visit. Good Life. We're all about you.
Oya cheki, kuna vile sasa muziki manze, kuna vile inajipa manze, yani na cheki haimaanishi tu tunajibamba, yani very regular.
Kitu ya muhimu kwanza ni kujua hali yako ya status ya HIV.
Kwa hapa hivi tuwapeleke na Rieng, tujue venye manze tutasaidiana si kama vijana. Na kama unaogopa kwenda pale hivi kwa clinic, unaweza pitia pale hivi kwa chemist ya mtaa, uitishe a self test kit na wanauza 500 bob only. Unajitestia tu mtaani, unajua hali yako.
Kama manze unaweza patikana nayo, yani uko positive manze, usiogope. Kuna madawa yani jo, kuna counseling manze, unaweza kula fit yani, alafu unaweza piga bado ma exercise kiasi hivi. Na kama nyewe manze ukiweza patikana yani hauna manze, usiasi tu unaenda kutafuta tena.
Cheki. Ukiweza abstain.
Lakini maji yakizidi unga,
Wrap it before you tap it.
la bila gloves haiwezi. Rieng ni kujijua.
Unapoendelea kujikinga kutokana na HIV, tafadhali zingatia taratibu zote za serikali za kujikinga na virusi vya corona.
Afya bora, maisha bora. Jipime, jiinue.
Kila siku unapokaza mshipi, unapozidi bidii, unapoongeza maarifa ya kuimarisha maisha, unapoongeza nguvu ya kukusongeza mbele, unaposherehekea na kuwakaribisha wengine kufurahia nawe, unapojijenga kibiashara na kuonyesha penzi lako, unga unaozaidisha uko papo hapo, kuzaidisha utamu wa maisha kwa kila namna, kila mara. Familia ya Ajab imeongezeka ili uzidishe mapishi. Mambo ni Ajab.
We'll take nothing for granted and always remember to taste the simple joys. Enjoy the magic of Christmas with Coca-Cola.
We provide retirement savings solutions for everyone. Our products include statutory deductions, additional voluntary contributions, gratuity management, Lap Fund Amal, Sharia-compliant product, Imarisha, and Diaspora Retirement Savings Plan. For more information, visit our website at www.lapfund.or.ke. Lap Fund. Work, save, retire.
Oh my, oh my, oh my days. Life is wonderful. Life is wonderful. Life is wonderful. Life is wonderful. Never understood. Life can be this good.
This is NTV.
Good afternoon. Welcome to a 1 o'clock news update. I'm Mark Masai, and at this hour, we start from the capital, Nairobi. It's had its fair share of troubles in terms of administration. And starting this afternoon, there is expected a second attempt at impeaching the governor, Mike Mbuvi Sonko. And Seth Olale is following up on this particular story to see what is going on. And this is not the first, so we'll see how far this particular one will go. And we'll also have a word from Oko Kusa. Hopefully, he is also following up with the governor there, who's going to give the status of the Lakeside city or Lakeside County on how they're doing so far, given the COVID-19 situation and what have you. Speaking of which, the Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention says that the Kenyan government should treat frontline workers like frontline workers and support them by providing adequate measures that help make their work easier, failure to which could see more people lose their lives. This follows a recent plight of doctors that has seen unions like the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union threaten to go on strike on the 7th of December if their needs are not met by the national and county government. Over 30 healthcare workers have passed on due to the COVID-19 pandemic so far.
The number of hours they work must be controlled. The environment in which they work must be well ventilated and healthier so that they can be able to work with comfort. That is one. Second is to provide them with the good quality PPEs. The PPEs must be of good quality so that they're actually protecting the health worker as they work. Third is there must be a program to ensure that if a health worker were to get ill in the work environment, then they are provided with the care that they need. Whether that will be facilities for them to access or it will be insurance for them to access, we leave that to the governments to be able to decide on the continent.
Back to the administrative questions of Nairobi County. Seth Olale is at City Hall. There's word of a second attempt to impeach the governor, Seth Olale. Is it still on course for this afternoon, or are we still having a setback?
Yes, they're talking about filing a notice of motion today, and this was expected to do that. Rumor has it that it's going to be the majority and the minority leaders of the National Assembly. That is unconfirmed, Mark. But this is according to a source that I just called, who is familiar with this particular issue. Remember that, Mark, as you stated earlier, of course, this is the second attempt. So the first one was brought in February. But what's important is that this is all about the budget stalemate. Remember that the Nairobi governor has not signed, or rather refused to sign, the Nairobi County government budget after about 27 billion was allocated to the Nairobi Metropolitan Services out of the initial 37.5 billion shillings. That meaning that the rest of the county services, which is now under the Nairobi governor, will only have about 8 billion shillings. So this is the bone of contention. But what we are meant to understand this afternoon, Mark, is that there is still not a consensus as to the way this particular motion will be filed and finally tabled after 7 days. That is, if it is be admitted this afternoon in the National Assembly, meaning that it has to undergo a 7 days wait before it is being tabled on the larger floor of the National Assembly. And this is if it goes on successfully today. And like I said, this comes barely a few weeks after various members of county assemblies held a meeting from both political divide, and part of the agenda we're meant to understand was the notice to impeach Governor Mike Sonko. However, some say that the main agenda for that particular meeting was about the Building Bridges initiative, where the legislators in the county assemblies were actually told to support this particular bid but it remains to be seen how the events are going to be unfold this afternoon. We're also camping here outside the National Assembly just to see who in particular will be submitting that particular notice of motion to the clerk of the the county assembly, I beg your pardon, which will now give way to a very dramatic start of an impeachment process after 7 days. So that is all we gathered this afternoon so far, but of course we are camping here just to see how these particular scenes will unfold in the upcoming minutes or hours or even days to come, Mark.
All right, it's a wait and see. Thank you, Seth Olale from the City Hall. Police officers from Tigoni Police Station, Kiambu County, are pursuing a woman from Kamandura village who is alleged to have chopped off her son's genitals yesterday and fled, leaving the injured baby in the house. Judith Chirono has that very disturbing story.
A 1-year, 8-month-old boy is nursing serious injuries at Kijabe Mission Hospital after an allegation that his mother, who should have been his protector, chopped off his private parts for unknown reasons.
Nataka polisi wamshike, atuelezee kwa nini alizikata na alizipeleka wapi na nani alimpatia ruhusa ya kufanya mambo kama hayo, ama alishirikiana na nani kufanya kitu kama hicho, nani ya gani.
Confirming the incident, Tigoni OCPD Mwaniki Ireri said that the police are in pursuit of the suspect.
Hizo sehemu nilitafuta lakini sikuzipata mahali. Sijui aliziweka wapi.
The baby is currently undergoing treatment at the Kijabe Hospital and doctors say he will need reconstructive surgery.
Na mimi naomba tu hospitali ya Kijabe wafanye juu chini waone hiyo mtoto amerudi kama mtoto.
Children officers in the area are appealing to the police to arrest the woman quickly so she can explain her actions. Judith Chirono, NTV.
The Directorate of Criminal Investigations is probing claims of acts of bestiality in the coast region. According to the Kenya Film Classification Board, there are people who have been arrested filming underage girls having sex with dogs. This matter has been taken up by the law enforcement agencies with reports that the people in custody will help law enforcement nab the syndicate behind the immoral act. Kevin Mutai with the details.
In a press briefing with journalists in Mombasa, the Kenya Film Classification Board Chief Executive Officer Ezekiel Mutua revealed shocking details of cases of bestiality involving teenage girls. Mutua claims that there is a syndicate made of foreign nationals operating in Mombasa, Malindi and Kwale, which is filming girls having sex with dogs for monetary gains.
We arrested people filming kids having sex with the dogs. Does anybody care? Because it is wrong.
The Office of the Inspector General of Police has written letters to regional police commanders to assist KFCB in the crackdown with the aim of flashing out those involved in the act. Already the DCI Cybercrime Unit has been furnished with some of the videos and have commenced investigations into the matter.
Watoto wetu wanaharibika, kuna shida, and there is no point of a parent working and having so much money and buildings everywhere when the foundation of this nation is going to the dogs because our children do not subscribe to the same values that brought us to where we are.
As a result of these vices, a campaign against the immoral behaviors in society is expected to kick off soon.
Itakuwa ni kampeni inayowaita wazazi, inayowaketisha na kuambia njooni tusemezane. Ni vipi tutaelekeza watoto wetu warudi katika njia bora. Unajua UNICEF inanukuu kwamba hapana pahali palipo heri haswa kuliko shuleni.
Social media has been cited as the platform exposing children to unpalatable online content, with cases of cyberbullying even leading to suicide among the youth.
The same media, social media, that builds those celebs, when it turns on them, they commit suicide. They get into depression. And when people don't like me and they say negative things on social media, it doesn't affect me. I'm one of the most trolled people on social media.
Just recently, police officers arrested tens of teenagers engaging in drinking parties and other immoral activities. Kevin Mutai, NTV, Mombasa.
We hope the authorities get down to that case of bestiality. 3 governors from the Ma community have vowed to unite the counties of Samburu, Narok and Kajiado in the collection of signatures for the Building Bridges initiative, saying the final document has factored in challenges affecting the marginalized communities. Kajiado Governor Joseph Olelenku says each of the 3 counties will have a special team that will ensure residents in rural areas get the BBI draft copy written in Ma language to ensure locals understand the document before penning their signatures. At the same time, a section of political leaders in Kiambu County allied to the NASA coalition have promised to deliver more than 500,000 signatures in the county. The leaders maintain that BBI will bring peace, unity and inclusivity in the country's governance.
Wananchi wa hapa kwetu Thika wajitokeze wakati ya kusign signature hizo ambaye rais wetu Uhuru Kenyatta anataka na Raila Amolo Odinga, tuzipige kwa amani, na wale wanakataa sisi hatuwarazimishi, bora Kenya isimame ikiwa Kenya.
And also ensure that we are part and parcel of the new constitutional amendment.
So tutasummarize document kwa Kimasai na tutaenda kusemea watu kupitia kwa redio na pia mabaraza, na pia tutakuwa na magari ambayo itakuwa inazunguka kila village kueleza watu ile kitu ambayo imeandikwa katika hii document.
Document hii iko na manufaa mengi na itaendelea kuwa na ile katiba ya zamani kuimprove, sio kwamba ita replace ama itatoa ile katiba ya zamani. Ni vipengele chache tu zimebadilishwa, na kwa sababu ombi letu kubwa ilikuwa ni ugatusi pawe na kipaumbele ama ifanywe kupata nguvu, tunasema ugatusi imefaidika na mabadiliko ya BBI.
Police in Eldoret town have arrested an individual whom they say has been ferrying and trading in contraband liquor. According to the Eldoret Central Police boss Edward Masibo, police caught wind of the illicit trade by the individual following a tip-off by members of the public. Police then trailed and caught up with him this afternoon as he was on transit to distribute illicit liquor, which is suspected to be manufactured in neighboring counties.
We don't want illicit liquor. We don't want those type of liquor within our area, within Eldoret and its environments. So far, operation continues to eradicate all illicit brews within the town.
Youth in West Pokot County have come up with strategies, especially sexual health education related, to limit the rise in teenage pregnancies. Speaking during a sensitization meeting in Kapenguria, young people drawn from various organizations attributed the high number to lack of information on sexual health among teenagers. A recent study done by the Pokot Outreach Ministry together with the Ministry of Health, teenage pregnancies has increased to 40% from 29%. This is after schools were shut down because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The county has been ranked second among counties with high teenage pregnancies after Kilifi County. FGM is still increasing in the county, and once a girl has undergone the act or the cut, she is married off. The young people have begun involving stakeholders to help reduce the percentage of 29% to less than 20% by 2021.
The policymakers have been doing based on the sexual and reproductive health and right, but we need them more. We need them to listen to our views and air out as we air out our views, because they say nothing for us without us.
Members from the county offices, so that they can at least set aside centers whereby youth-friendly centers, whereby youths can be able to access youth-friendly services there, of which they can be able to gain more knowledge about sexual and reproductive health education.
I can say there's great improvement, and with more resources, the youth are ready to take up the challenge. That is the information I can give.
As we talk, we have youth champions who we usually go to social media, like radios, like Facebook presentations, like symposiums, so that they can address their fellow youths.
Back to politics, Kimilili MP Dismas Baraza now says he is prepared to lead a no vote against the Constitutional Amendment Bill 2020, arguing it does not really capture the spirit of what Kenyans want. The Deputy President William Ruto ally says the ground is ripe for rejecting the bill, and he, together with like-minded MPs, will retreat to their counties to set up a secretariat that will lead the no vote.
And I'm going to set up a secretariat in Bungoma to oppose this BBI. And I do not expect to have a problem with anybody in this country because Kenya is a democracy. The government should just be used as a conveyor belt to process this document so that Kenyans can make a decision as to whether it's a good document or not a good document. And I am going to lead the no campaign in Bungoma. I am going to ask the people of Bungoma to reject this document in totality, because it doesn't and it will never address the very many problems that the people of Bungoma go through every day. We don't care. The people of Bungoma don't care who will be president, who will be prime minister, but what they care most is to have a national revenue sharing formula that will ensure they get their proper share.
Now to developments in the corporate world. In Kenya's largest bank by assets, KCB Group is expanding its wings across the region after signing an agreement to acquire Atlas Mara's banking business in Rwanda and Tanzania. This and more in our business roundup with Judith Cherono.
The proposed transaction will see KCB acquire a 62% stake in Banque Populaire du Rwanda (BPR) and a 100% stake in African Banking Corporation Tanzania Limited. The deal is subject to regulatory approval. Comes just months after Equity Group worked out of a deal to acquire Atlas Mara's operations in Rwanda, Tanzania, Zambia and Mozambique, citing increased risk from the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Meanwhile, I&M Bank Limited and Toyota Kenya have entered into an asset financing deal targeting the bank's premium and business customers. The deal will see the bank offer up to 90% financing for Toyota Kenya's passenger and commercial vehicles, enjoying competitive interest rates at extended repayment periods of up to 5 years. Elsewhere, Little Cabs and Bella Safaris have partnered in a deal that will see the taxi company offer last-mile connection for travelers who book trips through Bella Safaris. With the tourism sector hardest hit by COVID-19, the firms believe that the deal will enable Kenyans to travel even more. And finally, experts have called for an increased investment in technology-driven agriculture to improve agricultural production in the wake of increased challenges in the sector, including climate change, unpredictable weather patterns, disease and pest infections, among others. Speaking during a discussion hosted by Microsoft, Amiran and Agra, representatives from these organizations underscored the need for the continuous investment in this area to increase output from the food production and processing sector in Africa, which currently generates over $300 billion annually. Judith Cherono, NTV.
After the break, we'll be looking at some of the sporting action and preparations. And one key function at the moment going on is the 2021 World Rally Championship Safari Rally preparations. Ida Oringa will be updating us on that. Stay with us.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
It's the ultimate Black Friday, this 27th November at 9 a.m. Up to 90% off on thousands of amazing deals and flash sales. Don't miss out.
New Nestle Ceravita with Grain Smart, a smart combination of vitamins, iron, and minerals that gives children the nutrients they need for a great start for school. New Nestle Ceravita with Grain Smart, also available in a small, affordable pack.
Have you heard about the antivirus treatment of the future? Yes, the human body antivirus treatment of the future is here. African Oolong Tea is a proudly Kenyan tea brought to you by Akman Limited. With Oolong Tea, you don't need to add sugar or milk. Only hot water and your favorite cup of tea is ready. You can also use it as herbal medicine. It's available in all leading supermarkets, chemists, gift shops, and Jumia online. To place an order or get in touch with us, contact us on the listed address on your screen. African Oolong Tea. Proudly Kenyan tea.
Leather Masters Limited. We are a customer-led manufacturer of bespoke leather products and have been in the Kenyan market since 1983. Our experience in production of a variety of leather goods has continued to thrive because we tailor-make the product to suit the customer's needs. Our products range from bags, folders, wallets, menus, desk sets, travel bags, laptop bags, and many more. At Leather Masters, we have an excellent turnaround time and deliver products according to agreed specification and time frame.
Golden rules for clear and smooth skin, brought to you by Mentholatum Acnes. Acne Sealing Gel gives you a visibly clear and smoother skin. It kills acne-causing bacteria and prevents formation of breakouts, controls excess oils, and unclogs pores.
When it comes to pimple care, Acne's Creamy Wash contains multiple vitamins and removes excessive oil and dirt. Acne's Toner rejuvenates skin. Acne's Sealing Gel fights bacteria.
The wait is over. Check out Jumia Black Fridays for unbeatable deals all month. Shop the biggest sale of the year with up to 80% off. Jumia Black Fridays, even crazier with DTB.
Across Africa, countries are adjusting to a once-in-a-century health crisis. To unlock new opportunities, rediscover untapped value addition, accelerate development. Can we, as Africa, strengthen the resilience of business and increase the agility of the labor market? Can we harness the realities of the new norm to power partnerships across sectors, boost production, and deepen shared prosperity even to the most excluded? Nation Media Group brings you the second edition of the Kusi Ideas Festival. The theme, Towards a Post-COVID Africa, Recovering Together. The Kusi Ideas Festival, which is brought to you by the Nation Media Group and Kisumu County, will be on the 8th and 9th of December at Ciala Resort in Kisumu.
Welcome back. The national government has committed to place the country on the map of animation powerhouses in Africa. The Kenya Film Commission says animators in the country will be trained by professionals from across the world. The Commission CEO, Timothy Owase, says the government has partnered with ADA Labs Africa to host an animation boot camp in boosting capacity in the Kenyan film industry. While launching the ADA Animation and ADA Animation Boot Camp in Nairobi, the Kenya Film Commission CEO added that the boot camp will provide the emerging animators both with requisite skills and opportunities for mentorship by tapping into the vast wealth of knowledge and experience from industry professionals.
Tell us a bit more about your experience.
No sooner than I said I'd like to be starting with animation and the idea that we want to...
Our key rallying call to the country is that the year 2021, the Commission, in partnership with other animation, we are going to run a nationwide campaign. This campaign is aimed at identifying key animators or young talents that can be grown into becoming real animators for commercial purposes, and also to identify these skills from each and every corner of this country.
Today marks Thanksgiving Day, primarily celebrated in Northern America, the holiday where families and friends come together to celebrate the season's harvest and past blessings of the year. Modeled on a 1621 harvest feast shared by English colonists of Plymouth, the holiday is rich in symbolism that involves a Thanksgiving meal primarily made up of turkey, bread stuffing, potatoes, cranberries, and pumpkin pie. In Los Angeles, for example, this year, despite the COVID-19 pandemic, the Los Angeles Mission maintains its annual food distribution to help nourish those struggling to make ends meet this Thanksgiving. A hot meal, it warms up your heart, says one beneficiary.
4,000, we are ready to feed 4,000. Me and my crew, we worked constantly at this to just make sure that whoever didn't have was able to have a nice Thanksgiving meal this year.
From the United States of America, we want to say that we are thankful for Kenya and the Kenyan people and for what special relationship that we have with you.
It's a great day to get together with your family and friends, so especially from our family and our home to yours, we wish you a very happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
So Ambassador McCarter, if you were part of those who made sure that they delivered a turkey on our desk, my desk to be specific, thank you. We'll be sure to enjoy it and post a picture. And of course, it has been a difficult year, but we can still say thank you on some aspects. Now to the sports and the main action and main focus as at this hour and into the next few months into 2021 and the 2021 World Rally Championship Safari Rally that makes a comeback to Kenya after close to 2 decades. Ida Oringa is out of town following up on this particular issue. Ida, can't wait for Safo to be back.
Indeed, Mark. I wish you could see just how big the smile underneath this mask is. It's quite the big deal, as you've put it, close to 2 decades. And the WRC Safari Rally Kenya is making a comeback. But let me get to the introduction quickly, joined by quite a strong panel. And to my immediate left here, of course, is Mr. Joe Okudo, the PS in the Ministry of Sports. After him is Cabinet Secretary in the Ministry of Sports, that being Dr. Ambassador Amina Mohamed. We do have Mr. President Jean Todt, that is of the FIA, the Federation of International Automobiles. Immediately after him, we do have Mr. Phineas Kimathi, who is the CEO of the WRC Safari Rally here in Kenya. And of course, we are joined by CAS in the Ministry of Sports, that being Hassan Nur Hassan. Just to quickly get into exactly why we are here at the Lake Naivasha Resort. Just before this, we were at the KWS, beg your pardon, Training Institute. I'll give it to Mr. Kimathi to just take us through in a few seconds exactly what that event was about and exactly what we are looking into with the 2021 Global Showpiece here in Kenya.
We're delighted to have the president of FIA with us in Kenya this week. And today we brought him to Naivasha to see how prepared we were for the 2020 WRC Safari Rally. So he actually commissioned the service park, and he also broke ground for the pavilion that we intend to develop before the 2021 WRC Safari Rally in June.
Thank you so much. As we have the mic passing over to Dr. Ambassador Amina Mohamed. CS, Amina, to you, because it's a momentous occasion, you know, the first time in close to 20 years, as we have said. What are your thoughts behind this? And of course, the major role you have played, we know that you were also a huge appointment into the board of the FIA very recently. Tell us about that.
Well, first about what happened here today.
Exactly.
And basically we were introducing Jean Todt to our preparedness because we had told him that we were prepared to host the Safari Rally this year. Why not for the pandemic that has set everybody back by almost a year. And so we wanted him to see the service park. As you may have heard, it's the biggest one today. There is no country that has a bigger service park than ours. And so we've already set a standard, an international standard. We hope others will emulate the standard that we have set. We've had a very strong team working on this from the beginning, ab initio, and the team comprised, of course, the team at the Safari Rally project, as it was then known, but also including, of course, our chief administrative secretary, our principal secretary. Leading from the front was His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta, who is the patron of the whole project, and who assured us that we would have all the support that we needed. We have had no obstacles at all. Resources have been given to us as and when we needed them. And all the support that we actually needed, whether it was moral support, whether it was the publicity that was required to just encourage Kenyans on the need to participate as actively as they can. And so today, I think Jean Todt will tell you himself that he was very, very impressed by the progress that we have made. I think nobody has any doubt anymore that Kenya is ready to welcome the Safari Rally back home. And we hope that now that it has arrived, that it will be here forever, that it will not move away from its original home. In terms of what has happened with Jean Todt's election of a Kenyan into the council, I think we are all very, very proud. I'm, of course, there on behalf of our country. And I think it's a very, very big deal that we're there. We already have a vice president to Jean Todt, who is Kenyan as well. And so there's a huge presence of Kenyans in the FIA. And I think that just goes on to show, that we love this sport, that it's part of our heritage, and that we intend for that to continue.
Fantastic. As we get the mic over to Mr. Todt there, as CS Amina has put it, she is indeed the first African woman to be appointed into the FIA board. Let's get a word in from FIA president, that being Mr. Jean Todt. Quick thoughts on exactly what has transpired today, your thoughts behind having the Safari Rally back for the first time in almost 20 years.
I mean, first of all, I'm very happy, very honored to be here in Naivasha today, because it's a great celebration. I wish we could have had the rally hosted already this year, which was the plan, but unfortunately nobody was expecting COVID-19. Nobody was expecting that we would need to have a mask and gloves to be able to speak safely. And in this respect, I commend all the efforts which are done by the Kenyan government to address this pandemic. That is very important, but it was also very dear to me to come here and to have a look by myself of all the efforts which have been done. And many years back, I was blessed to be a competitor to the East African Safari Rally, which was completely different, because at the time, I mean, the needs for safety and all that were not as they are now, and rightly so. A lot of efforts have been made. Naivasha, which is kind of a historic name, Naivasha Nakuru, for those who have been following, rallying since decades, is something very special. And we are here in this beautiful surrounding, and incidentally, for me, it's quite surprising while we do an interview to a rhino behind us, and that's Kenya. Hippo. To have hippo behind us, and it's what is the beauty of Kenya. I mean, it's wildlife, it's love for motorsport, a lot love for rallying. When we see this Naivasha service park, which has been built from scratch, it will be able to be used for other motorsport activities like karting, like drifting. So, I mean, happy to see from the highest level, from President Kenyatta, one involvement to be a pride of Kenya representing motorsport in Africa.
Fantastic. And still on you, Mr. President, of course, you're here as well as part of the UN Special Envoy to do with road safety. A bit of insight into that. And, for example, some of the discussions that you held with Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes, I mean, that is major.
And we'll have more of that conversation for you from Naivasha as preparations for the 2021 World Rally Championship Safari Rally come back to Kenya after 2 decades. Now, football fans from all over the world, as we end this bulletin, are still coming to terms with the death of football legend Diego Maradona, who succumbed to death last night. Messages of condolence from his former teammates, colleagues and fans continue to be shared with resounding celebration. I should say that he succumbed after cardiac arrest. To be more proper, Maradona was 60.
Stunned fans and football enthusiasts from all over the world are gathered to honor the greatest number 10 to grace football, Diego Armando Maradona.
Maradona, bueno, para mí representa...
For me, Maradona is the greatest thing in football. As a long-time football fan, Maradona is the greatest thing there is, and this is a very painful day. His death comes as a surprise, and well, here we are. He's going to be eternal anyway. It's like someone said, he's a doer, like Che Guevara. Thank you forever, Diego.
The 60-year-old from Argentina, revered as one of the world's football greats, had a successful surgery on a blood clot in his brain earlier in November and was in recovery before a cardiac arrest.
We are in La Paternal neighborhood, on the pitch that marked the birth of our idol, paying homage to the life of Maradona, who for us and for many people is an idol, a person who made a difference in a lot of ways and who never sold out to the capital and who always defended his ideas. So we come here to pay homage to his life. We're here with our boys and girls in our neighborhood, in our home, and we invite you all to come here for the family celebration always offered by La Paternal.
Prior to his death, the former Argentina attacking midfielder and manager had struggled with drug and alcohol abuse for close to half his life and was in rehab for the same month leading up to his devastating demise.
We are here to pay tribute, the whole troop of Argentinos junior supporters, because for us it means a lot that he grew up here, that he was born here and was raised in this neighborhood. He always felt it. We know it is like that. That is why we are here, paying this tribute that is taking this poster, but that is nothing more nor less than keeping him eternally in our hearts and telling him on behalf of myself and all of us, thank you. Thank you forever, Diego. Thank you for existing and for so much happiness that you gave us Argentinos junior supporters and all Argentines.
Maradona won the World Cup with Argentina in 1986 as captain, having knocked England out of the tournament in a match which saw him score the infamous Hand of God goal. He scored 34 goals in 91 appearances for Argentina, representing them in 4 World Cups. He most notably played for Napoli and Barcelona during his club career, winning 2 Serie A titles with the Italian side. President Alberto Fernandez has declared 3 days of national mourning for the fallen hero.
RIP to Diego Maradona. And that's it for NTV at 1. Thank you for watching. Have a safe afternoon. And we'll be back at 7 and 9 o'clock for more.
This is NTV.